في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. In the name of God, the ever-merciful, the all-compassionate. Woe to every scorner and slanderer, who collects wealth and counts it over, thinking that his wealth would make him last immortal. No, he will surely be thrown into the crusher. And what can make you know what is the crusher? It is the fire of God, kindled, roaring over the hearts. Indeed, it will close in upon them in columns outstretched. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده.
When I was 7 years old, my mom and dad had one rule and one rule only. No sleepovers. No sleepovers. I was never able to go and sleep over at my friend's house, so because of that, I stopped getting invited to things. So, when Ibrahim's dad took everyone to Valley Fair, where everyone rode on roller coasters and went on the go-karts, nope, couldn't go. I wasn't invited. When Ahmed's dad took everyone to Wisconsin Dells, and they went onto the wave pool, and they went onto a water slide that did a loop-de-loop upside down, nope, wasn't invited to that either. And then, Kamil's mom. I shouldn't tell you. No, I'll tell you. The time when Kamil's mom invited everyone over to her house and baked for everyone a bottomless supply, an endless supply of double-stuffed, extra cheesy lasagna with Gouda, mozzarella, and cheddar. Allahu Akbar, just thinking about it makes me a little bit hungry and thirsty, and even when they told me about it, I was like, no, I didn't get to go. I didn't get it. I never got invited to anything. And if you're me, you hate that feeling too, but you guys, not anymore. Because ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, last night, I was invited. And I wasn't just invited to any party, not just any celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got invited to the best celebration in the world. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful evening, this very first day of the month of Ramadan. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amin Asr, and I am the author of Noor Kids. I wanted to do that again because in the beginning I tried doing it and I messed up and it was weird. Anyways, so what is Noor Kids? Great question. Noor Kids is a akhlaq building program in which every month families receive a new amazing book delivered directly in the mail. Books like In God We Trust, or Out of Control, or No More Mr. Badmouth, and so many more. You also get a global Muslim citizen passport. We're able to collect badges. Right now, you can get it for $1 at noorkids.com. But anyways, enough about me. Today, I am here as the first day of something called Dear Ramadan. And the reason why we've created Dear Ramadan is because it is a digital camp for Muslim kids. What's a digital camp for Muslim kids? Well, I'm glad you asked. What it means is a couple of things. Number one, every single day at 6 o'clock, you and I are going to be having some really good storytime action together. And inshallah, it'll be amazing. But beyond that, there's much more. And I want to show you. So, over here is our course website, all right? Now, if you are not registered, what you can do right now is you can register at noorkids.com/Ramadan. If you go to noorkids.com/Ramadan, you can register right now, and we've decided to give access to everyone for free. Now, on here, what you'll notice is that our live programs are going to be here. So if I press this button, I'll actually see myself live. Allahu Akbar, that's so weird, isn't it? Okay, anyways, it's a little bit weird. So, and then over here, we've got an animated Quran. So what that means is that the entire 30th juz, every single surah you can find in here. Now it's looped 3 times, so that way you'll be able to listen to it, and hopefully every day you can memorize one. Once you memorize it, if you click the button that says submit, you can actually post up your video. And once you post it up, if you go to view recitations, well then everyone will be able to see your wonderful work, and you'll be able to see everyone's too. Isn't that amazing? Allahu Akbar, that's amazing. There's also something called challenges. So every week during the month of Ramadan, there are 3 challenges. And these are challenges for you to be doing with your whole family. That means mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or brother or sister. And it's a way for us to have fun together in this month. And so you'll see that this week there are 3 challenges. The Spot the Moon Challenge, the Ramadan Home Decoration, and the Build Your Home Masjid. Now, when you click on it, you'll see a little video that provides a little bit more details, and then you're able to submit it. So once you've actually done the activity, you can submit it, and all of these submissions are going to be available here for all of us to see. Pretty cool, right? Now, I want to show you 2 last things. There's this tab called Salam. Now, once you gain access, the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to come and I want you to say salams to everyone. Find 3 of your favorite books. Ask your mom and dad to help you and post it up. And then finally, there's also a Ramadan calendar here that you can use. And every time you fill it out, hopefully you'll remember to join us at 6 p.m., same time, same place, every single day. You guys, this is going to be amazing. Allahu Akbar. And when I say amazing, I mean super, super, super amazing. Because even though we are not at the masjid, we still have each other. And we're still able to have fun together. And I can't wait for this month of Ramadan and sharing it with you. Now, I want to get back to... Oh, and so by the way, if you do not have access to this right now, go to noorkids.com/Ramadan so you can sign up for your family. If you've already signed up and if you haven't gotten the email, check your spam because most people have gotten it. It's just in your spam box. All right, enough said. Let's get back to the program for today. I told you that I was invited to a party. I told you that I was invited to something that was epic, better than Wisconsin Dells and the water slides, better than Valley Fair and the roller coasters, better than Camille's house and the endless supply of lasagna. What is it? Each and every one of us has been invited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into his banquet. We have been invited as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's guest. And what are we his guest for? For the month of Ramadan. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to realize is that when the month of Ramadan starts, it is as if we are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He is the one who is honoring us. He is the one who is giving us whatever we want. And this is the month of mercy, the month when the gates of heaven are open and when we can build a relationship with Allah, build a relationship with the Quran, and of course, enjoy. Now here's the thing. Every month, every time when the month of Ramadan comes, I want to get as much as I can out of it. It's like when I was going to Kamil's mom's house, or if I got the chance to go, I wouldn't want to just have one piece of lasagna. I'd want to try to get as much as I want. I might even get my backpack and try to put some lasagna in so I could take it home. I mean, why not? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is generous. And during this month, we have the opportunity to take whatever it is that we want out of it. It is unlimited. But I advise you to plan ahead. And in order to tell you about what it means to plan ahead, I'm going to be reading out of one of our books. And that book is called Out of Control. All right. Now, before I share with you this book, I have been advised by our digital media people to say, hey, if you are not subscribing to us on YouTube, if you are not following us on Facebook, and if you're not following us on Instagram, what are you doing? Allahu Akbar. Follow us. All right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We're going to be reading out of this book called Out of Control. Now, Noor Kids follows a story of 4 characters: Amin, Shireen, Asad, and Amira. They live in a city called Maple Grove, and they go to a school called Northport Elementary. First, there is Shireen. You can see her playing badminton. She has a twin brother named Jafar. And the one thing about Shireen is lots of times you see her exploring all around the world because she wants to be just like her mom, who works for National Geographic. Then there's Amin. Amin's a sports star. He loves baseball and soccer and football. He's got an older brother named Hasib who's in college. And the one thing about Amin is sometimes he does stuff without thinking about it. And because of that, he gets into trouble. Then there is Asad. Asad is a scientist. He loves breaking things apart just to figure out how to put them back together again. And he's got a little baby sister named Yusra. Then there's Amira. Amira is an artist. She loves exploring all of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's beauty through art and poetry and painting. Now, these 4 are the Noor Kids. Now, every one of our books has 2 stories in it. I'm going to be reading one story. It's called Proper Practice. But before we start, I need you to say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Did you say it? I couldn't hear you. Come on, you guys. Say it loud. Say it proud. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. All right. Very good. Proper practice. That was the best movie ever, says Amin. Amin and his family just finished watching the new superhero movie, The Great Defenders. I'm going to learn karate so that I can defend our city from all the bad guys, says Amin as he's talking to his dad and his mom. Mom, Dad, can you sign me up? Pretty please? Amin's parents agree. Hasib takes Amin to his first karate class. Welcome. I'm Sensei Kaito. I will pair each of you with a student who has a higher belt. Amin, your partner is the young Rayan. That's my impression because I think all karate teachers have a little, I don't know. Okay, anyways, all right, so that's Sensei Kaito. All right, Amin, your partner will be the young Rayan. Nice to meet you, Amin. Same here, says Amin. How old are you? I'm 5 years old, says Rayan. He's only 5, Amin thinks to himself. This is going to be easier than I thought. Now that you met your partner, we will begin sparring, says Sensei Kaito. Before Amin can ask what sparring is, he finds himself on the ground with Rayan on top of him. Thud! Do you see that? Rayan, he's only 5. He got Amin down, and Amin's 7. Let me help you up, says Rayan. How did you do that, says Amin. Well, if you practice each day, you'll get better. I promise, says Ryan. When Amin goes home, he practices his moves in the basement. Hiya! 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 Phew. I'm exhausted, says Amin. Amin decides to watch the Great Defenders movie again. I'm going to become a karate master, Amin thinks to himself. There's no way Rayan will get me next time. I can't wait for the next class, says Amin. The next week in class, Sensei asks Rayan to come to the front of the room. Sensei holds a plank of wood in front of Rayan. Young Rayan, strike this wood, says Sensei Kaito. Rayan strikes. Hiya! The wood snaps in half. The other students cheer. Oh my goodness, look at that. The wood, it's broken in half. Now look at Amin. Amin raises his hands. He says, Sensei, can I try? I'm sure I could do that. You must wait until you earn the yellow belt. Please, I can do it, says Amin. Well, if you really want to, you may try, says Sensei Kaito. Amin prepares to break the plank of wood. So he takes his fingers, he's like, oh, he crunches them, you know? He makes noises. He makes motions. He raises his hands to strike. All right, now before we go on, let's ask some questions. What do you think is going to happen to the wood? Do you think Amin's going to break the wood? I mean, Rayan broke the wood, and Rayan is only 5 years old, so do you think Amin could do it? I don't know, but Amin really hasn't practiced. Do you think Amin has practiced karate enough? I mean, look, how many days has he actually been practicing? Is he practicing for a week or a month? No, he's only been practiced for 1 day. And not only that, how did he practice? He didn't practice with the teacher. He just practiced by himself and he watched a movie. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what's going to happen. So you guys, let's see what happens. Again, Amin takes his hands. He prepares to break the plank of wood. He makes noises. He makes motions. He raises his hands to strike. Whack! And nothing happens to the wood. Amin's hand goes numb with pain. Can you give me a moment? Says Amin. Amin runs into the changing room. Hasib follows him. Amin, are you okay? Asks Hasib. Amin says, I can't do this. I practiced for 3 hours straight, and everyone else is still better than me. Why can't I be as good as everyone already, says Amin. Hasib asks, do you remember why you wanted to learn karate in the first place? Well, I want to help good people and stop bad guys, says Amin. Precisely. You know, there's one defender that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about in the Quran. There's a defender in the Quran, says Amin. Yeah, his name is Noor alayhi salam. He did what was right and stopped what was wrong. He protected Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's message no matter what, even though it was so tough. How long did Prophet Noor alayhi salam keep at it? Asks Hasib. I don't know. A couple weeks, says Amin. Longer, says Hasib. Couple months, says Amin. Much longer. Prophet Noor alayhi salam kept at it for 950 years, says Hasib. Amin is astonished. If you want to be a real defender, says Hasib, you can't give up. Amin stands up. You're right. Let me try to break that piece of wood again. No, sport. You need to practice first, says Hasib, a little bit every day. Otherwise, instead of being a defender, you'll just be a pretender. Amin heads back to practice with Rayan. I wish I could pretend my hand didn't hurt so bad. The end. Bum, ba-dum. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in this story, we learn something incredible. We learn that if we want to get something amazing, right? So what is Amin trying to do in this story? He's trying to become a karate master. But he can't just do that in one day. He can't just spend 3 hours doing it and expect that it's going to come. No. Just like Prophet Noor alayhi salam, he has to do that regularly. And our holy prophet, peace and blessings be on him, he says that the deeds that are most loved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are the ones that we do regularly, even if they are just few. So why am I telling you that? And why am I telling you that today on the 1st of Ramadan? This is the banquet of Allah. He has invited us to it. It's not the banquet of Ahmad's mom or Kamil's mom. It's not the party that is hosted somewhere else. No. This is the banquet that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, the one who is king of the heavens and the earth and everything in between, he has invited you and me to this banquet. And we are here for 30 days. And we can take whatever we want. But the best way for us to take as much as we can is to do a little bit every single day. To practice, to worship, to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, every day during our programs, I'm going to be giving you an iftar intensive. What's an iftar intensive? Well, what it means is that when you are eating dinner with your mom and dad, or your mom or your dad or your grandpa or grandma, you know, all of us have different families. But when we are eating dinner, I want you to ask a question. I want you to ask a question to your mom or to your dad or to your grandma or to your grandpa. And today's question that I want you to discuss over dinner: what three things do you want to get this Ramadan? We are in the banquet of Allah. What do you want to take? Ask your mom what she wants to take. Ask your dad what he wants to take. Ask your grandma. Ask your grandpa. See what everyone is going to be taking for this month and write it down. So that way, as we go through the next 30 days, well, we can hold them to account. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats. No, I'm kidding. There's no dogs and cats, or at least I hope they're not. And if they are, alhamdulillah, you know. Anyways, we're going to be keeping these events short because we're going to be doing it every day, and because I don't want to get my voice tired and I don't want to get your ears tired. So, inshallah, we're going to be ending today's lecture, and tomorrow we'll be meeting again. And in that time, again, I would love for you to check out our website of the course website. In that time, I want you to say salams to everyone who's joining and start benefiting from this animated Quran for kids. And if you're not registered, you can go to noorkids.com/Ramadan. With that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.